we're going to submit it on OpenLab first, as usual. So I'm going to log in to the OpenLab. And of course, once we submit on OpenLab, we also have to submit on Blackboard. For this one, we don't need to download any files or upload any files. Everything is just on the web. So once you're done with the project, make sure to take a look at it. So if you've been working on it in Replit, this is the link that you're going to submit for the project files. But make sure to take a look at how it looks online. So click on the Run button and make sure to go to the New Tab button so you can see this link, which is the final project, what the website will look like. And make sure to just run through it here. So, just test everything. I'm just putting in some random inputs. Make sure all of that works. And there's no errors. And once you're happy with that, we just need these two links. So we need a link to the project page here where we can actually see the code and everything. And then we need a link to the working site. And for this one, let's also add some images for some documentation. So to do that, I'll open up the page. I'll open up in an incognito window. So that'll get rid of any logins or Replit stuff that might be there. And so let's just take some screenshots. So on the Mac, if you want to take a screenshot, you can hit Command Shift and 4. And that will turn your mouse into a little target to select an area to screenshot. And if you then hit spacebar, that will turn your mouse into a little camera. And whatever you click on, it'll make an image of that window. So I'll click on the website. And for this one, you can include a few images just to document the progress. So maybe I'll put in my name here and go to the end. And I could document a couple questions as well. And then we can document the last end, the story that comes out. So there we go. So we have 3 images to include. So I'll get rid of this window. And so once you've got everything you want to include in your project, let's also take a look. So we're going to have a statement like normal. So we'll have the title, year, programming language, and then a short description. So actually, let's leave that there, and I'll open up another window. So to create a post in OpenLab, as usual, I'll just click the plus button. And it's telling me to make a category, so let's go to categories and choose programming. And then for the title, we can call this Mad Libs, or you could name it something else if you have a different name for your project. And then let's add our images first. So I'll click on the plus here, go to image, and upload. And I'll go to my desktop, and this is where my screenshots should show up. So I'll just add in these screenshots. And this is a good way to document because if you're using this on your portfolio or something like that, people may not want to take the time to actually go and interact with the project on the project page. They may want to just see basically what it looks like, and then if they're looking at your work, they might want to go see the code or something like that. But we want to give them kind of a nice overview of what the project looks like, and include any information that's relevant. So once we've got those screenshots, let's put in the project details. So say title is Mad Libs, and then I'll just hit enter to make a new paragraph, and I'll say semester/year is fall 2023, and software, say HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And if you used Photoshop to make some images or anything like that, you can include that as well. But for me, I just use HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I guess I also used Replit, so you could say and replit.com. So then we want to include links to the code and the project page. So we can say link to the website, and then I'll select that text and click the link button, and then I'll go find this link. So I'll just copy that, Command C, and then Command V in there. And then if I want this to open in a new tab, I can click the edit here, go to advanced, open a new tab, and then I'll say link to project files. And I'll do the same thing, just select the text that I want to link, click the link button, go here and just copy this. So Command C, Command V, and I'll hit enter. And then if I want to edit this, I'll say open a new tab. And so then we just need our description. You know, you can write about the process, you can write about the concept behind your Mad Lib story. Anything that you want to include here is good. So I'll say I wrote a Mad Libs story about getting a coffee or a pizza. I used Replit with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And you could talk about, you know, anything that you learned or anything, you know, interesting that you added. And then that's it. I think that's everything we need to include. So then we can preview and take a look. Okay, that looks good. And actually, let's test our links. You always want to test your links just in case you know, had a typo or copied something incorrectly. But that link works, and this link works. So that should all be good. So now if we've tested everything, we just click publish. And again, for this, we're not using Photoshop, we're not using After Effects, so we don't actually need to include or upload any files when we submit on Blackboard. So we're just going to copy this link, and that's everything that we submit on Blackboard. So if I go over to Blackboard, go over to the class, I'll go to Student Preview, go to Assignments. This one is down here, Programming. And we'll just create a submission and paste in that link, and that's your whole submission. So don't have to worry about any other files unless you did use some other stuff, if you had, you know, images or something like that. But for most people, it should just be a link, and that should be everything you need to do. Okay, so that's it. That's how we submit that project. It's pretty much the same as our website project, so it should be pretty straightforward. Yeah. Okay, I'll come take a look in a second. So yeah, I'll end the video here, and I'll upload that.